You are listening to DC On Screen.
Welcome into DC On Screen. Today we are talking all about the Peacemaker finale, maybe season, maybe series, probably series, 208, Full Nelson. And I got to tell you, I really thought I hoped we were past our Sisyphus era, but I guess we can start pushing that fucking boulder back up the hill.
Wait, which one?
The please stop acting like this is a terrible thing. You guys are assholes.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that going around. There's a little bit. I mean, it's a mixed bag. Well, I'll say that. Like, me and you were talking earlier about, like, my feed is just fucking rainbows and sunshine, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I the worst I've had is a couple of shitty headlines from lazy writers pop across my radar with headlines that aren't even, like, hit pieces. They're just like, What if Gunn says maybe not about season 3? Like, hold on now. Like, I've had it's been shiny out there.
Yeah, the headlines are not doing any favors. I've seen a lot of those headlines myself. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people bitching and moaning. Like, I was shocked. I really was. Like, we watched the thing and my wife looked up at me. She goes, "Dude, TV time is tearing this thing apart." It's like, really? How?
Yeah.
I got to say, I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
It was good.
And, I mean, it was a character piece. I wasn't expecting a whole lot more than that. But I've been listening to what Gunn is saying. And that's the funny thing is, like, a lot of the naysayers are saying, Gunn lied, Gunn lied, Gunn lied. He didn't. We'll get into that later, actually, because I've got proof that he didn't.
No, the receipts are there. He very much... He laid out exactly what was going to happen. I think at some point he even implied that we'd already seen the biggest cameo.
Oh, he did say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did say that after the quotes that I even have. He said, there was a big one coming near the end, and that one's Lex.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said a bunch of big stars from the DCU are going to be there, are still to be seen. Look, Halperson, Otis, McCoy, Jessup, Secretary of Defense General Maury. These are all, like, big people. They came from a big ass movie and they're going to be in a TV show. Those are big stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And let's not, we should stop for the continuity. It felt like, at least, there were moments in this episode that feel very much out of place for the episode, only because it felt like I was just kind of continuing a scene from the movie. Like, there were just parts of this, like a lot of the scenes with those two in particular, the defense guy, were like, in particular, that was just continuing the conversation from the movie so thoroughly that I was like, I was in the DC universe for a minute, not so much the episode of Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a compliment, really.
No, those are nice DCU through lines.
But like, it's not a disappointment for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a disappointment to me, for sure. If you thought that they weren't going to tie in anything from the DCU, I don't know what to tell you. James Gunn said that this wasn't going to be integral. It's fucking not.
Well, I mean, he said it is and isn't. Like, he's doing that thing where he says on one interview one thing, the other. It's both, but it's not.
It's both, but it's not. And that's how it's going to have to be for things like this. It's just how it's going to have to be.
I mean, he said it's not going to be, but he also said, like, the reason I'm going to, we're going to drop Superman so early is because it's so integral to watch that before Peacemaker. These things are in line and they matter, but he's also making it a point to recap early on so you can catch on there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's hard to say all at once. So he just says, like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, there is a very real definitive answer that no, you do not have to watch Peacemaker. But
no, like, wherever we see this happening, like, I don't know what Man of Tomorrow's got going on, for instance. Like, let's say that this storyline gets picked up there. Mm-hmm. What'll happen is in that film, there'll be a few lines of exposition to explain an entire fucking season or two's worth of Peacemaker to you real quick.
Uh-huh.
Or what the relevant pieces are. And then we'll move on, because that's what good storytelling is. And he's adept enough to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, any freaking out about it is just weird.
Mm-hmm. I am, you know what? I'm not even sad if this is the final episode of Peacemaker. Because we got the arc. We've got the arc of all the 11th Street kids. we don't need more.
No, I'll be sad in the sense that it was a good time, and I'd like to see. I'd like to go spend another, 6 or whatever hours this amounts to in that world anytime you ask me to. But I'm not going to feel cheated.
Yeah.
We got what we asked for. One season about Peacemaker, one season about Chris Smith too.
Yeah. And we got the whole arc with him where he's coming off of, he's just killed Rick Flag Jr. He does not feel worthy of love. He wants to be a superhero. He wants to be heralded as a hero. Now he has discovered that it doesn't matter if he's a hero if it's for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
He found the truth of existence is being loved and returning that. We end the show with everyone in a good place, except for the fact that what would normally be an after credit stinger is presented here as just one final foreboding situation, but it did do what we wanted it to as far as wrapping up a character's arc. Rick Flag is 100% villain now.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. He's even posting from the gym as such.
Yeah.
Did you catch that video earlier at all?
Yeah. I did.
He's enjoying himself, I think, in his new role here.
Yeah. And it's not like, it's funny that like people are literally posting pictures of Flag from Creature Commandos.
Mm-hmm.
And alongside pictures of him and Peacemaker, and saying these are completely different characters. Like this guy, he worked with metahumans. He was a friend to the metahuman. And I'm like, motherfucker, did you not watch Creature Commandos?
Yeah, a lot of this has not worked out for him.
Like, and someone on Threads, John Roy Comic, said something I absolutely agreed with. He said he led the team and then halfway through was manipulated by the princes, never figured that out, got his back broken by a meta, and now has Luthor manipulating his impulsive, grieving, emotional, gullible mind. He is horny and arrogant and full of rage. He's only the leader of the Commandos for a few episodes before he and psychopath Frankenstein are trying to stop them. And I was like, he was a sack of shit in Creature Commandos. I don't know what the disconnect is for people. Like,
yeah.
Why did you guys not see that arc forming in Creature Commandos? Like, he is very, very fucking pliable.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite conversations I got to have here was with someone on Threads, the Cooing Doe, or the Cooing Do. Says, gotta wonder what they were actually corresponding about, because Flag was excited the whole way through, not just when they found paradise. Very sinister watching him turn. Also, back pain is a motherfucker, though. I said, look, I personally think there's plenty of evidence that Rick is a selfish piece of shit in Creature Commandos. But yes, as someone with chronic, horrible back pain, it do be like that, y'all.
Yeah. That is a life-changing thing.
Some days you're just the villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I thought he did a great job. I enjoyed watching his turn here in, or his furtherance of a turn in Peacemaker. Also, he didn't know who killed his son at the beginning of Creature Commandos either.
Yeah, no, we've watched him learn that this season, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we watched him get a place of power just so he could ask for that file.
Uh-huh.
I mean, he was kind of taking it because the vacuum was there and Waller, all that imploded.
Yeah.
On and off screen. But he really just wanted that job so he could get fuck over whoever it was that fucked him. I mean, this has just been about revenge the entire time. But all the pieces have been there. It's just been a little bit hard to watch because you want to root for him. We gave him a good backstory and we saw him go through some shit and feel for him. It's hard to watch him. Maybe it feels quick if we're still too invested in him being a good guy, but honestly, the writing's been there, like you said.
Yeah.
And then once you do a Coke montage,
that was a lot of fun.
That's gonna put a nail in it, man.
I mean, yeah. When I'm watching people
with
getting
sleaze rock,
yeah, I'm watching people. It's such okay. So fucking the horror and sadness of Flurry and Harcourt as they're watching their teammates getting killed off in these universes.
I love this. He was just opening the door in the background on my screen when you said that.
Yeah.
To the candy cane verse.
Yeah. The imp universe.
Yeah.
And I saw someone talking about like how Flag just did such a complete heel turn. They likened it to Anakin in episode 3 about like all of a sudden he's like, I'm confused, I'm killing younglings, and these are like, yeah, him just celebrating all these people dying. He wasn't celebrating the people dying. He was indifferent to it. Yeah,
I mean, I guess they're about to show it to me so I can get another take on it. But my viewing of that interpretation was that like I thought I saw glimpses of something that resembled remorse in the acting. I mean, he's kind of just trying to not think about it too hard. It seems like he's got a goal. He's trying to get there. He sees it, but he's not trying to focus on the bad parts here. He's just trying to plow through to his, revenge goals.
And they're excited about other shit too. Like that is a real thing. I mean, we got in one of the montages, we got the Lex note that says Rick looks promising. Can't wait to see what's next. Mm-hmm. And it's Judo Master hanging in front of that fucking black hole.
Yeah. Yeah.
It ain't just looking for that one or that one world. No,
he's gathering info on every last one of these things.
Everything he can.
I think he's going to go cherry pick the multiverse for toys to fuck over. Like, he's going to go back to villainy at, truly Luthor rates.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah,
hey, maybe that's Act 3 of Man of Tomorrow, though, is, we're going to think he's a good guy for a while.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I won't. I'm always looking at that motherfucker to turn.
I don't blame you. And as I've seen some other people point out, it doesn't matter what they do in Man of Tomorrow, it is going to be hard to forgive that fucking shooting.
Mm-hmm.
He killed that one guy. He proved was it a half misused Stalin quote about the death of a single person is a tragedy kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to be hard to forget.
Yep.
I don't want to. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is true though. Like he I don't know how many people he must have killed during splitting all those buildings in half. But I'm not as worried about them.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back a little bit and go and talk about the night of the boat.
Okay.
First of all, Big Belly Burger. Kind of shocked that establishment would serve alcohol, but you know what? I'm here for it. I guess some of the coastal towns might have more of a bar scene, more of a Fuddruckers, maybe.
Well, as I pointed out somewhere, yeah, maybe you could do a Dave and Buster's kind of situation. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've worked in I worked in a Jason's Deli where you could do beer and wine is different.
Yeah.
That was shots.
Yeah. It was weird.
It was odd, but I'll take it.
I'm all right with it.
Didn't want to throw everything out over the misplaced alcohol license.
No, you know what? Like, man, I've been in joints like that. I've just never thought of Big Belly Burger as that kind of joint.
Yeah.
But it's okay. Yeah. I was thinking of it as a Whataburger kind of place, and it turned out it was more of or at least in the DCU, is more of a, what's that damn place? I want to say Mogo Burger, but it's not. That's
there might be one on that.
Yeah. What is that place that I don't go to it anymore. Some burger place that we have somewhere here.
I don't know. You'd have to point me in the direction of a story of it.
But they have a bar. That's it.
We have plenty.
Yeah. It is billed as a burger, a burger place.
Yeah. The other part that cracked me up was that's one of those funny bits of like suspension of disbelief that'll catch you off guard occasionally. And then, the waitress taking shots with him for a second. I was like, okay, all right, fine. Y'all getting kicked out of this Big Belly Burger though. Like,
nah. He's a regular, it seems.
It would. You ever watch like a scene? This one does a good job of it. Occasionally, like in like early on, for instance, they're all drinking on the rooftop, but everybody's in on it, so it feels like a party.
Mm-hmm.
The staging here, they kind of feel like the assholes at Big Belly Burger.
They do.
They're being too much. Y'all need to get out and let these people enjoy their evenings.
Yeah, everyone seems mad.
Yeah, like okay, you're not being like a dick. I know you're being charming and having a good night, but damn, you're big and loud, dude.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I would have hated that shit if I was anybody else in there.
Yeah. It does lead to some greatness on the porch. That conversation where he talks hardcore out of kicking that guy's ass.
Yeah.
That old school Kyle Kinane looking motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of his freckles.
I don't remember what he said. He was like, "Oh, damn, baby, shit."
Yeah.
Something like that.
It was. I didn't catch it either when he said it. Then it was rough. I did. My favorite part of that is where she goes, "What are you protecting?" I'm protecting him.
Yeah.
You were gonna hospitalize that man.
And by God, his mother taught him to be proud of his freckles.
To be proud of his freckles. That's such a hilariously gun kind of turn in a conversation to throw in there.
You know what? I felt like it was a very Bill Murray thing.
I don't know. Yeah, I a little. I could see it.
That felt very old school Bill Murray to me. Mm-hmm. Look, man, I don't know the band Nelson. My wife did.
I heard the name before. That was it.
I didn't hate it. It served its purpose. I'm glad he got the band there. That's,
I do want to. I should watch that again. I can't remember if it's for. I think it was for Nelson. He said that on one of them, him and the rest of the crew were in the background dancing.
Either that or Foxy Shazam. They were filmed on the same night. Yeah,
one of these two. One of those two performances. Yeah, they're in the background, maybe at the bar. You can see presumably a little white head bopping around.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the things when he talked about so gushingly. I pulled that word up because Adrian's sitting in front of a box of gushers in this scene.
Of course.
So when he's
as one does, but
yeah. So he's got a killer little like afternoon video game snack situation going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But he Gunn talked so lovingly about this, like, oh, the boat scene, man, I enjoyed it so much. Yeah, I'm sure he did, and it made for a fine scene. Some people said it went on too long. Yeah, fine, probably did a little bit, but like whatever. I think you could have done that scene in less time, but you don't have to. It went on for a perfectly fine amount of time. So like, and like I get why it was so much fun. It wasn't like it was just people also talked about it like there was a little bit of like a this was just a waste of my time kind of vibe. No, it wasn't. It's there to make a big magical moment. That you need the band, you need the pomp and circumstance. This is a prom night situation, man.
Yeah. Can you imagine watching Back to the Future and seeing Marty play Johnny B. Good on that fucking stage and just sit there and go like, such a fucking waste of time. Get to the point. Like, y'all need to fucking learn how to chill the fuck out. And enjoy a thing.
All right, so imagine how short would a film like The Wedding Singer be if we just took out the parts where we're like, we get the joke is that you're singing. Got it. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got a 35-minute film now.
But also these are people who are like, ugh, jokes. Shoot to the fucking point.
To some extent, yeah. I mean, I do get it, though. It's a hard sell, especially to put an aging rock band in there and kind of make like your own little private music video.
Yeah. What is this, a fucking musical? What is this, a fucking comedy? I thought it was a comic book show. What is this, why are they talking and crying?
No, I know.
What is this, a fucking soap opera?
Like, yeah, it's all there. It's called an experience. And what you do is you sit through these things and in real time you experience them.
Uh-huh.
I promise at the end of it, what you'll do is you'll learn things about yourself, about others. Maybe you'll think about how that affected your life later. I don't know. You might even dream. That's possible.
Yeah, you might.
But these are experiences that one has. It's great.
Yeah. I'm going to check out some more Nelson.
I won't.
I will. I'd liked it enough. It piqued my curiosity. Now, will I listen to every album? No.
No, and feel free to send me the highlights. I'll try them out. I'm just probably not going to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to that's not going to make it to a playlist for me. It's not a vibe I go for a lot.
Me either. But, I'm closer to being a Foxy Shazam fan than I am a Nelson fan at this point, I would think.
Oh, easily. Easily.
One of the things I've been cracking up over is since last night is just The amount of like alpha dude bros just furious over what they perceive as James Gunn trying to force sleaze rock on them. Like, I've seen so many dudes like be like, hey, it's never gonna be a thing. Gunn needs to stop trying to force this shit on everybody.
I mean,
like, what the fuck?
So here's the thing. I don't disagree that that's what's happening.
It's
might 100% be what's happening. And I think it would be crazy to call it anything else. He's absolutely picking a genre that he damn well knows is a subgenre. A weird one at that. And saying, I'm going to do this thing and no one can stop me. 100% that's what happened. But this is his show and you got to go listen to the music, man. Like, and to be fair, it's not like he's trying to make it over aggressive. He's trying to find stuff that really does fit the moment in the show. Like, I'm not going to go back and listen to this soundtrack, but I thought it did great in the moment in the show.
Well, yes, but it's also not like he's doing it in everything. He's doing it in Peacemaker.
Yes,
and
exactly.
That is very much a specific Chris Smith thing. Like, they even talked about it. They had ads talking about, like, yeah, I know his shit is cheesy, but, like, it's got a lot of heart and fucking, like, it's like a lot like him. You
exactly
give it a chance and suddenly you find something there that you didn't think you would.
Right. And, like, look, again, he's working that into the story. It's a theme. He's using sleaze rock in general as a metaphor for the character that we're all playing with. That's why that works. If that wasn't the case, I would absolutely be like, that's a weird cheap shot. Why are you wasting my time? Yes, that would be weird if you're not actually paying attention. You used the word media literacy when we were talking earlier.
Yes, I did.
I think now would be a good time.
Yes, I think, and to be clear, I was talking about specifically people who don't seem to understand wrapping up character arcs. They think a finale is supposed to be, we get a bunch of cameos and we get a big action sequence and then everyone ends on a happy note. Fuck you. They're like, oh, well, this doesn't. And specifically also that there were people who were saying, like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they give them a happy ending and then take Chris Smith and put him in Salvation away from all of his people right after he comes back, right after he's happy? It's like it's like you took away everything that happened before. You didn't take away everything that happened before. Everything fucking came to a head. Everything came to a point. Everything was good. Those characters grew. They changed. They found their way.
Well,
and
that's a good point. They're thinking of it as like a straightaway meter and it got to 100%. It came back to 60. It's not like that. It's a real growth mark. Real actual growth involves more of a Fibonacci sequence kind of thing. Like we're going to go out, come back a couple steps, go back out again, come back a little bit.
And when Chris comes back, he's not going to come back and then Harcourt's going to be like, well, I don't know, you killed Rick Fleck. No.
Yeah. Like, again, two major points of media literacy there One, that like this all mattered, it all went somewhere, and the fact that it got taken away, yes, that means more now. It doesn't subtract, it adds. But also, if you were watching them be that happy at the end of this and play the opening theme song and all the smile, if you were watching all of that and your heart wasn't thumping because you didn't think one of them was about to be shot in front of you.
Oh my God,
you're a fucking idiot. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Like, and bear in mind, like if you're just watching thinking like, oh, it might wrap up because it's the end of the episode, that's one thing. I mean, if you knew that he had 20 minutes of screen time left or 18 or whatever it was. We can't extend that scene for 20 more minutes. That'd be the most boring finale I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, no. I mean,
I'm glad he was just exiled. I thought a body was going to drop right in front of me, that the music was going to get cut off halfway through and we were going to, watch Judo Master get shot in the head or sniped or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like,
have you ever seen a TV show?
Yeah.
Or a movie? Like, things were good. Things never stay good. Not when there's that much time on the clock.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't walk out in the third quarter of an actual TV show. That's a poor idea.
Yeah. I know it's blasphemy on this podcast now to mention Joss Whedon, but my God, have you ever watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah. He's an asshole, but he knew his story beats.
No. Oh, no, things are too good. Things are too good. Tara's about to be shot. Something is about to be fucked up.
It's probably where my body learned this kind of timing, where I was like, Gunn, what are you about to do to me? This is too happy. Like, seriously, every moment of happiness in that scene made me more anxious. Like, I'm trying to enjoy it, and don't get me wrong, for a big win for me. I laughed out loud in my basement alone when Eagly reached a hand out for John.
Yeah.
That brought me so much out loud laughing joy. I was so happy. I was again in the middle of all the nervousness I'm feeling. That broke through.
I did not feel happiness when I saw that.
I loved it.
I felt sadness because I knew even furthermore that now Eagly had he was putting that there so that Eagly knew that he had a home.
Oh, you were reading the next part, yeah.
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 I was like, oh no.
I understand.
Eagly is happy with John. Oh,
I
no.
get it. He's found someone else he can trust. And to be fair, when I saw that, it made me go back and realize, like, he's right though. Economos was there for this little bird at every step of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Like he goes in. That's apparent. It looks like his routine when we pick him up a few months later is to open every door, make sure Eagly's okay, get him out of the closet. This is like what he does every day: is come home and care for this eagle.
Mm-hmm.
Seemed like the eagle appreciated that. I liked it.
Yeah. Poor depressed Eagly. God.
Didn't that break your heart, dude?
It did. Ugh. Poor little
He's not even
guy.
doing anything, just standing there in the corner, quiet.
Yeah.
Good set design, by the way. The mostly used bottle of Fabuloso sitting on the shelf.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I did genuinely feel like they sold me on the magic of Harcourt and Chris at the Nelson show. Mm-hmm. I was relieved that they didn't just drunkenly have sex.
It was less boring. I thought it was going to be as boring as that in a way. I mean, I thought he'd spice it up somehow, but I thought it might just be as boring as they
No,
thought.
it was so much more pure than that. It just was so much more like magical, wholesome purity.
Wholesome's a good word. Wholesome's a good word. Yeah, like it's not a. And look at the bookend. Actually, now that I think about it, the first real scene with Chris when he breaks out of jail is he's just talking some chick at a bar and singing into her dildo later. Like it is not a sweet or wholesome thing. That's not the Chris Smith we met.
Right.
The one here walks back outside after that whole conversation, and I did love this. He's done a great job of writing in. I mean, giving them the dialogue that's. I mean, they're saying a lot of what I want them to say is what I'm trying to get at.
Mm-hmm.
Like he kind of comes outside and has that moment of where he just says, "I'm not asking for anything. Just I need to know if it meant anything." Like there's nothing. That's the math we've been working toward the whole time, right?
Yeah.
It was supposed to mean something that she came. I shouldn't have to prove anything else to you, Chris. I came. Doesn't that fucking mean something? Just come back. I shouldn't have to promise anything. And then he gets there and he tells her the same thing, bookend up version of that. I'm not asking for anything. I just want to know the answer to this.
Mm-hmm.
Pure again.
Yeah. It's and I'm not at all trying to like shame or anyone having sex or whatever, what the fuck ever. Like, no, it's just Gunn built it up that way as well, where it's just like everyone is basically assuming they fucked on a boat somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. That's what's normally going to happen in this plot 9 times out of 10. He did something more interesting, I think.
Right. They didn't just get drunk and bone. This was a meeting of souls.
Yeah.
Something happened here.
Like it breaks her a little bit.
Yeah. Just as I feel like it was the intention that it broke her a bit when she thought they were going to die, and that's when she finally let go and like put her head on his shoulder on that motorcycle.
Yeah, yeah.
Like seriously, I don't know what the fuck y'all were watching. This was beautiful.
There were conclusions. There were it's wonderfully written. Like everything came to an end here, man. It paid off. It just didn't end in a fight scene and a cameo.
And by the way, something bad's gonna happen. There's gonna be a blood curse for that money. But I know there's gonna be a
that he's gonna be right.
Oh, he's gonna absolutely be right. Like everything.
It's impossible that he's not. Checkmate in the books is not. It's there's no way they're starting it with this much go-getter optimism and that stays. The word checkmate in DC will doom you to gray area.
Yeah. I love this. Someone on Threads, MadFab, wrote, I love that in Peacemaker, everyone gets what they wanted, but it cost them a lot. Chris wanted to be away in another dimension to run away from his trauma, and boy, he got his wish twice.
Mm-hmm.
Ads got to be finally the spy that she wanted to be, but at the cost of her life with her wife. Adrian got new friends, but started the blood curse.
Yeah.
Rick Flag got his revenge, but that cost him his soul. And Amelia accepted love from others to lose it immediately. And she doesn't even know that he's gone yet. I mean, and this person said, damn, that was a great season. You're not wrong.
No, I think
that was great.
I do think the people left out probably are good exceptions, but that didn't have to be a 100% rule. It's a fine observation for those 5. But like Economos, for instance, I think he's just straight up in a better situation.
He might be.
Sasha Bordeaux's probably in a better spot right now. I think she's just overall, that's probably a big win for her.
Definitely.
I don't know about Judah Master. Probably Judah Master too. I
would hope
he could pretty much do okay in whatever organization he's in. He seems to just be capable of killing at will and with so little regard.
Yeah.
That he's just a highly sought asset no matter how he's dressed, clearly.
Yeah. But he has a moral center.
He does. He does seem to have one. Which, again, that's why I like the previous episode so much. Is I loved the idea that I even like the idea that maybe if it was a fair fight, maybe if it was just her and one-on-one, he might not have even intervened.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the idea that he was just on numbers alone. I can't. No, not that way.
Yeah.
If she was going out swinging, I'd let her go out swinging and see how it plays out. But
yeah. Some really good dialogue here with John Economos when Harcourt is trying to figure out what it is Flag wants with whatever this place is. Why is he looking for this place that's uninhabited? And she's given all these good reasons. And John says, when has anything we've ever done been for the good of the people?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Just cut to the chase here, you know.
Cut to the chase.
Yeah.
I loathe how hateful Adrian is to his mother.
I know. I think the entire audience, every last drop of us, was glad Adebayo finally said something.
Yeah, dude. Like, Jesus. Yeah. But I love Ads being like, I guess I'm just a better friend to Chris. Like,
so blatantly. Like, they even give her one comedy beat at the screen for a second to borderline Jim wink at the camera about what she's about to do.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I love Rick not registering that Amelia called him Rick.
Mm-hmm. That was a great callback.
A great callback, a great indication that he is too far gone now.
Mm-hmm. And is no longer paying attention to or clocking the people around him and their needs whatsoever.
Yep.
It is not about that anymore, friends.
Going back to Ads real quick, Ads and her wife officially ending things. That one hurt. I've seen friends go through that.
Yeah. Where
they just love the fuck out of the person they're with and it just can't make it work, you know?
Yeah.
Just can't do it. You know, someone has a dream that takes them far away and the other one has a dream that takes them in another completely. Yeah, it just sucks. I've seen it happen.
Yeah. I mean, common ones like school, job, you know, that kind of thing. But
yeah, just completely different career paths, you know?
Yeah.
Different callings. It's they played it so well though. It was so good. Like everything Adebayo does in this episode just really got to me.
Oh, I know. Like they should hand out some Emmys. Not at all kidding here.
Yeah,
I mean, a couple of these performances genuinely just need to hand them something shiny for God's sake.
Yeah, and her speech, like when she pulls that chair up to Chris, and she's just like,
little clap.
Yeah, you are big and you're dumb and you're goofy, but I know that you love me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm assuming you saw the Peacemaker podcast with Gunn where he was.
Didn't see. I heard.
He broke down and said that was him and his dad.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, that one really meant something to him. It's a rough one. I mean, there isn't a lost ounce of scenery on this fucking show as far as the acting goes. You don't often see. I mean, you see a lot of shows where everyone does their job. You don't often see a show where everyone gets a chance to shine like they have, and then absolutely knocks it so far out of the park when they got that.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time they give her a close up, she's gotten me this season. I mean, she made me cry when Adrian was crying a couple episodes ago. But like I was barely surviving his like sobs that I could feel in my fucking whatever those muscles are under cum gutters. But like, I could feel that sob, and then she reacted to it, and that broke me. And like, yeah, what she's doing this time, man, like it's the way, yeah, she stops for the, like, when I'm around you. Yeah, I mean, she's breaking him. He does an amazing job just reacting to it. God, yeah, everybody in that fucking room was just destroying things this year. Mm-hmm. Like, and even Jennifer Holland, her stuff, she's had a couple scenes where she's really gotten to shine. Like, but she's been doing a great job the entire time.
Oh yeah.
Like even that little line, just this one, the like, it meant everything, you fucking asshole. Or of course, you fucking asshole, it meant everything.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just reserved enough. It's just like guarded enough that I believe it.
Perfect. Fucking perfect.
Perfect. Absolutely.
Yeah. Like it could have gone too far with that line, and it would have been okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she pulled it back. Like it's this pristine amount. I don't know, like you could go on and on about how like each scene you could go in and just go and clamor about it. It's fucking great.
Yep. All right, so as we're closing out the episode, we got some of the montage we've already talked about. I liked the little Ultra Bunny with his sign, "Obstacles are opportunities." That was on
I had to look
Rick
it up.
Jr.'s shirt and Frankenstein's shirt. It's a nice little through line in the DCU.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what Checkmate is, in the comics, it was founded by Amanda Waller. It's a spy agency. It's an offshoot of Task Force X. It changes hands here and there. They are initially used for taking down and imprisoning metas. Sasha has been a part of it, as has Maxwell Lord. Salvation, the planet they found, comes from the Final Crisis tie-in Salvation Run, where Flag and Waller use Checkmate to imprison metas in Salvation. And it is mostly a bunch of Flash rogues and Lex and Joker and a few others. And then it turns out it's not as uninhabited as they thought. The planet is a training ground for parademons. A lot of people are saying, oh God, they're going right into new gods. They should do other things first. We don't know if that's what Gunn is going to do. Like I say this, I feel like almost every episode, we don't know what they're doing. Like this, if you look back on shit, we've been going for 10 years, but even further than that, when they adapt storylines or take stuff from the comics, it's not ever, almost never is it a one-to-one. It's they always fucking change something. They always take license.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost considered gauche not to.
Yeah, if you don't, you're just like, oh Jesus, we're just doing that. You just
ripped it entirely? Yeah, really? Just word for word, you just ripped it. Like you don't. That is kind of funny because there are times where that should be applauded, but it's no one leaves any space for that, you know?
Right. I mean, people will be like, God, why can't they just do it like the comics? Source accurate. And then, you have something like Snyder's Watchmen, which gets both of those things. Whereas like, God, all he did was just copy the fucking book. And then you have like the other half of it goes like, oh, he fucked up the ending though.
That is kind of a crazy spot. Where like in his camp, like there's one whole camp that's like, you did a great job. It was so faithful. And then you lost track at the end. And then there's another period or another side's like, the end is the only spot you did well.
Yeah.
The rest
that squid was always dumb.
Yeah. I'm of the opinion that particular one, he chose the thing that needed to be corrected and did so.
Ooh.
Like, look,
hot take.
Look, it's not even hot when I've done it before. I've said it on here before, I think, but it's a great film. I think it was if you watch, especially the longer cuts, it feels so goddamn like hackneyed almost at this point to say, watch this longer cut of the Snyder thing. But yeah, it's real. But like it would have been a real fucking hard sell to actually have the squid on that screen. He made a really good edit to make that a movie. Like, I think that was an incredibly wise cut.
Yeah, I don't know.
It worked for the movie. It worked within the story. I don't think it would have. It remained entirely accurate to or comics or story accurate. Anyway, it kept everything about what he was trying to tell in the story and used pieces of the story that would have made sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna do it, I think that's a great fucking example of how to do it. But it made him lose on every fucking side of that war that he was fighting a two-sided war and he didn't even know it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's talk to see. Well, okay. First of all, Gunn says Peacemaker will be back. Then he says, as a TV show, we'll see exactly what form we have. We do have plans, but you will see all the characters in the future of the DCU in not too long. So Peacemaker is coming back. He has said Peacemaker is integral. He said that on Threads. He said those words, Peacemaker is integral. Everyone's coming back. So we're going to get these characters soon, not too long. And then further, he has said, you will definitely see Checkmate carrying through, like they're a thing now. So they're a part of what's going to happen. And I think they're going to be really, really good at what they do. So when we see them next, I think their circumstances will be a little bit different than the startup that they are now. And this article said, based on how the Peacemaker Season 2 story wrapped up, the baton of the Sanctuary storyline being tossed to the next chapters of the DCU, fans may find that the plot thread could be touched upon in the upcoming Supergirl movie, but perhaps more likely in 2027's Man of Tomorrow movie and the upcoming HBO series Lanterns. When asked if Peacemaker or any of the other characters would appear in either of those movies, Gunn answered, well, we'll have to see. That's a secret. That sounds like a yes.
Yeah. We'll see more. I don't know about this format, though. I don't know. There's a few things have occurred to me, of course. Like if it was just going to be another season, he would have just said so. Yeah. So it's not going to be that simple. No, it's not. He's already said that he doesn't know if it's ever coming back. Yeah. Now, this article keeps calling it Sanctuary Prison. It's Salvation. It's called Salvation, not Sanctuary. Okay. This fucking article is wrong on that. But they just keep saying Sanctuary. I don't know why. But they said now Gunn... Huh? What did they say in the show? I was going to click back while you were reading. Salvation. Okay. Gunn also made sure to note that the Salvation Prison storyline that readers may know from the comics is not at all what he is aiming to do with it in the DCU. In the pages of DC Comics, Salvation storyline saw things like a Joker versus Lex Luthor fight as villains formed factions. Speaking to that element specifically, Gunn said, it is not that. He said, it was really the concept. I really liked the concept. I liked the concept of creating this prison that was absolutely inescapable, but was also a little rash because they think it's not dangerous from their initial tests. But in the comics, it is. And in this world, obviously, there's hints of it being dangerous. So I also like the idea of being able to create this other environment where people that are considered bad metahumans are going to have to figure out a new way to create a society. And that was what was always interesting about it for me. Yeah, there's even a line somewhere in one of Rick's little tiny villain speeches here where he says something about like, who knows, they may even surprise us and do something. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with that. There's a part of me for just a second, like when that kind of from the tree line growl or whatever the fuck that is that he hears. Okay, you said that and all in my head was from the tree line to the log. I don't even know that one. What the fuck is that? From the window to the wall. What kind of Cotton Eye Joe bullshit are you talking about? To the sweat drips off my balls. Oh, God. Anyway, for a second, I didn't know what that planet was. I didn't know what the storyline really was. They were telling me about it for the first time. I didn't really know about this one. So for a second, when I heard whatever sound that was, I was like, what is the, what's that fucking dinosaur island? Savage Land in the X-Men? Not in the X-Men. There's a DC dinosaur island. Although, why not? I remember. I just saw the trailer for the new Marvel film with the dead leader of Bavaria on it. So, like, yeah. Oh, literally Dinosaur Island. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's right on the nose there. Gotcha. It's the Savage Land. I went through a couple of like stupid possibilities, like I guess Savage Island or Dinosaur Land or whatever the fuck that was occurred to me. But I did wonder how much they made that. All right, so early on, he describes this as it takes you to this universe, but then he was going to design it so that every time he opened the door, it would go to a new spot, right? So that they would never know when to just ambush somebody at the door. Right. Clever. I mean, good job on prison design. Was
Yeah.
that installed when he just left John there or Chris there?
Maybe so.
Like, does he know exactly where he just left Peacemaker? Was one of the things I was wrestling with as we left.
I don't think he cares.
He doesn't care for sure, but does anyone actually know the location? Like, could I get that out of someone if I sent, say, a vigilante after them?
Right. See, I don't know, but I do wonder because they insinuated that he still got that tracking chip.
Yeah,
but
then
how they found him before.
Yeah. Well, does it work through?
I don't know. I don't see a reason why it can't.
Well, early in the episode, one of the technicians says, like, no, what, isn't it Economist that says, like, hey, yeah, whatever, but, like, once they walk through, I don't know shit.
Okay, maybe.
But again, I don't know which particular thing we're talking about. I know early on they were talking about the door would move. I just don't, I want to know more details now because of exactly what I was saying there. Is like, if you're the rest of, well, I guess Checkmate now. So if you're the rest of Checkmate, FKA, 11th Street Kids, and you're going to go after him. Yeah, like, can you? Does anyone even know where to look? If they don't, that door goes to a spot on that planet. That planet is a spot in that universe. Like, that's not a door to a planet, is it? It's a door to another whole ass universe. Like, I could leave that planet and then go, across a galaxy.
Sure.
It would be impossible to find Chris Smith, is my point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just categorically impossible if someone doesn't know where he is. That's why that was haunting me at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It haunts.
Yeah, I don't. It haunts. Oh God, that was such a good bit.
That was a good bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know not the answer on that one. I was left with a little bit. Someone earlier, somewhere on Thread, somebody brought up like that early scene. It cracked me up looking back at it because there's a scene from like 4-ish where Fleury is outside with Economos, and it's the thing where he says like, "Yeah, is it funny? Yes, very, but you almost got titties killed."
Yeah,
and that line is objectively hilarious. It's funny to write. It's funny to say, hear. It's funny to read. It's an objectively funny set of words to throw together.
Yeah.
But when I was watching it the first time, you're just reading him as funny, right? There's nothing behind his eyes. When I watched him after these deaths, somebody posted that scene earlier, and I was like, no, he actually gave a shit about titties when he was talking about the bird boy. He actually cared when he was getting mad at Economos. He was worried about her.
Yeah.
That was a real speech. It flavored it entirely differently.
Yeah. By the way, I love that. I love just his dynamic with Adrian now at Checkmate, where it's like, yeah, Adrian's finally got someone to like quiz him. Mm-hmm. I like it.
He finally did, and then Fleury brings up what looks to be a very simple Wikipedia page on spiders. Mm-hmm. And Adrian's failing that pretty miserably.
Yeah.
He has not done any research on spiders. He's thought about one spider that he saw one time very hard. Mm-hmm. Is what's happened. Like, it's amazing with that level of Dunning-Krugerism that he is actually any kind of trained martial artist. I don't know how he knew to perfect that one thing when otherwise he seems to be so happily.
Yeah.
So happy that he's got full control of full grasp,
Yeah. I think somewhere Gunn did point out that the Earth X Adrian can identify real atrocities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, he understands what actual justice is and has a good grasp on certain elements of reality that our Adrian does not.
Is more tenuous with at best,
Yeah.
Like killing a judge, for instance. Mm-hmm. That was a great bit.
Killing a judge's family.
Yeah, killing a judge. How do you think you're one of the good guys?
Yeah.
What part of you thinks you're all of me?
All of me.
No, friend. You're charming, but you're terrible.
By the way, when the imps jump out of the licorice grass or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, candy grass.
And cover them, which I do love that it is a callback to that season or the episode 1 discussion of the imps from the Earth X or whatever. Not specifically theirs, but I think Augie said Chris went in there and tried to get a big ass candy cane or something and got attacked by imps. Mm-hmm. I love that we got to see it. I love that there's like a little heart noise when they get killed.
That was funny. Yeah.
But more than any of that, I loved that just hearing Harcourt look up and scream like, "Titties pull!"
Yeah. That actually just came up. I really like. She says, "Pull titties, pull fucking pull." Yeah. No, and then there's a spot after it where I genuinely thought one of them was going to scream, "They're organized!" Like, because in my head, that's the moment I was having, was realizing, oh shit, they're organized.
Yeah, the motherfucker pulled out a piece of glass or
shanked
something.
That fucking
yeah.
Like they break the guy's headgear, and like, oh yeah, he uses a shard of that to run over there and release him very quickly. Yeah, oh yeah, don't sleep on them.
Yeah, there's some nasty little bastards.
They are, and horny.
I don't know why I've just thought of South Park. It's got to be like season 1, where the uncle takes them camping and fucking Kenny's drinking gasoline. And he goes, "See that, boys? Now that is a dirty little bastard."
Oh, yeah. Good God.
That's like season 1. It's got to be.
Oh, I think that really is, man. That is like, that's actual cardboard cutouts, I think.
So that's like stuck in my head, dude.
That's not true.
Now that is a dirty little bastard.
Yeah. That is a rough bit. Here, I'm gonna just scan through. Let's see. We got Big Belly. We got the Nelson. God, I am gonna miss the song and the dance. Those are both good. One bit about the dance that always cracked me up, if I never mentioned, is right before that. Every time I look for David Denman counting 5, 6, 7, 8. Right before that, Hardcore does that flip around. It's like Jennifer Holland does a flip around John Cena, and she like hits him in the back of her head with her legs, and he just moves right the fuck on because he was a pro wrestler at one point. Mm-hmm. And that's just not going to stop him. Not going to stop.
Yeah.
Hair stayed intact. He is good to go.
Yeah.
Let's see, they're searching through.
I feel like I didn't talk about Sasha and Harcourt at the Big Belly Burger enough.
Yeah.
I really liked Sasha's turn. I kind of felt it coming. Her slow distrust of Flag.
The slow descent into rebellion and descendancy.
Right. Oh. Dissonance. Well, I mean, he's kind of a dick, but wait a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved that. I loved, they didn't really touch on it, but I kind of felt like they did that with like a line, but it was like, oh yeah, she's a metahuman. Like, yeah, she's got to be wondering how she's going to be faring here.
Yeah. You see her darting her eyes around during the meeting. Very much aware of how that is probably eventually going to go for her. By the way, something else that just came up in the background: the zombies. Speaking of her,
do you think it was the deceased universe?
No, it's not. I do hate to break it to anyone with that theory, but unless they happened to have popped into that doorway, and that doorway happens to be for some reason like. You know how like in Virginia we have a couple spots that are like Revolutionary War remake spots, like there's a little tiny fake colony. Mm-hmm. And unless that was the fake colony, and all the fake colony, unless those were employees at the fake colony where this happens in the real world, it's just that's the wrong timeline. Is my point.
Okay.
In the deceased universe, the reason that everyone is infected so quickly is through technology. It's through the smartphone. Mm. And the actual mechanism of the zombification is the anti-life equation, because that makes all the fucking sense in the world.
Oh, that's dope.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah. I like it.
Oh, and by the way, who of course brings it here? Cyborg. Mm-hmm. It just has to be right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool. Yeah. I like that. There's
one scene in particular that like where you really know it's about to get bad when like Bruce realizes what's going on and runs around the house and it's like, EMP he has a plan to EMP the house if necessary, and he starts pulling the tree. It's bad. It's one of the best parts of that though, is he gets bit early on, and when they show up, he's in he's basically stolen Mr. Freeze's suit to slow the process. He knows he's going to go. He's just trying to fight for as long as he's got, and he's got the Mr. Freeze suit on trying to slow it. It's great, man.
That's really good.
Anytime I can convince someone to crack open Tom Taylor's Deceased, I will happily take the opportunity. It is deeply worth anyone's time.
Noted.
By the way, I just realized these computers that they're working on in the command station still literally have the LC background on the terminals. Like, this show is so incredibly working for Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and by the way, the defense secretary does point out, like, hey, we're a long way from a month or two ago, you know. But,
oh yeah.
Sit there with a stack of papers half the size of his head.
Yep. You want to do some feedback or?
Yeah.
All right. Effie Upholders, our good friend, says, "Holy shit, Peacemaker. Man, Leota made me cry. Fucking hell. And of course, you gotta have this fucker finally realize everything he's ever wanted is in his own universe, only to trap him in another one, away from everything he loves. Good for Gunn that he was basically able to buy himself a private double concert on the company dime under the guise of his for the show. But yeah, the opening credits song hits hard. It already did, but now, fuck.
It was perfect.
It was. I thought it was perfect to end it. I thought it was on that, and I thought it was perfect that while Nelson was a Chris band, it would appear that Foxy Shazam is an Amelia band. She's the one singing along to the lyrics.
I didn't think about it till they said that later. They're like, oh, it's more of an Amelia thing. In my head canon, it was just that he was saying all that, and like he just sang it around her so much that she knew the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he is wearing a Foxy Shazam shirt when he is banished to Salvation.
Yeah, it's a nice shirt too.
Yeah, it is. Like, I actually kind of want it, but I'm also just like, no, that's like
it's gonna be $45 now.
I think I like it so much though that it was a her band, because him having the shirt on at the end is like he's branded now.
Yeah, it's
like I don't know. He belongs to her and shit. Like she has put a mark on him.
Yeah,
and vice versa. Like he is in Salvation and that's his salvation.
Yeah,
that kind of shit. You know, that gushy shit. That you alphas are so afraid of.
Symbolism and whatnot. Shit's scary, y'all. Hey, by the way, question. Because it's a disappointing turn to see that Titties does not join Jackmate.
Right.
Do you have any particulars in mind about how that happened? How that went down?
They might still have somebody on the inside.
Okay. I mean, that's is one of the people throwing him in. Ooh, that may solve my problem from earlier.
What's that?
I don't know. She's not one of the people. She is one of the people that's holding Chris, and like she is one of the people that kidnaps him and literally throws him in the Salvation.
Okay.
So I mean, and she kind of looks mean when she's doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching it again just now in the background here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she may have stuck with that, or she may be the one that like goes to Checkmate and goes, okay, so I had to do this. I didn't have a choice at all. This motherfucker's in Salvation.
Yeah.
She might. I don't know.
We can leave anything on the table there. I would have liked to have seen her over at the new place. Like,
sure.
That was one of the joys, I think. One of the great joys of seeing all of them laid out there was like, oh my God, look who all joined.
Well, you know,
who else got a happy ending? All the payoffs.
I don't know that we necessarily have any confirmation that all of these people just like up and quit their job with fucking Argus. So like all of them might be people on the inside.
Yeah. I mean, it could be kind of an adjunct or something.
Yeah. I mean, and this is also absolutely fueling people thinking that Langston Fleury is still Martian Manhunter, because in the comics, Batman figures out what the fuck's going on and sends Martian Manhunter in. I can't remember who he shapeshifted into.
Yeah,
but he winds up getting sent to Salvation as some supervillain and is found out. So if Langston is still there, I don't know. He might still be Martian Manhunter.
I don't see any real good evidence for it yet. It's all very circumstantial at best. But like, I'll take it if it turns out that way.
Like I was like watching for that motherfucker to eat some Oreos, man, or some
I've seen
Chocos
him,
or whatever it's called.
He's eaten one chicken nugget all season, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, like
to my knowledge, which is possibly, well, I don't know. It may be the only non-breakfast food eaten in the fucking Gunverse so far. Telling you, Superman is all breakfast for some reason. I've never figured that out.
Yeah. AJ Easter Day 8 said it had some really good character moments, the finale, but I disliked how it introduced new plot threads that were not and will not be explored in this show since the show is over. It left me feeling unsatisfied.
I have good news. There will be payoffs.
Yeah, there will be.
This is one of those hang tight scenarios.
Yeah. I think,
But
you're
for real,
going to have to, honestly, man, I think you're going to have to treat the TV shows as miniseries more than anything. And understand that they just needed something on a cheaper, smaller scale that leads you to some of the bigger stuff or just fleshes out the universe. Tom 2.0 says the villain winning in the final scene is too close to what's happening in the world right now. It hits different and not in a good way.
Yeah.
I included that one specifically because I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He also says, first, it's not the, he said this one first. I switched him. First, it's not the worst finale ever. There were amazing character moments and above and beyond acting. The coming together of the team is perfect and sets up a great future. Second, I think what makes this finale leave us with a bad taste in our mouths is that the villain, Flag, wins while our hero, Chris, loses. It'll all come back around eventually, but since we don't know when that'll happen, we're left with a hero's loss. It feels bad despite the great setup we had. We're ending on a down moment. Yeah, well, to quote Randall in Clerks, Dante in Clerks, that's what life is, a series of down endings.
I mean, yeah, mostly true. But in this case, like, we are in a slightly different environment than we used to be. Like, there's more at your disposal. Like, we don't have to hunt, like, even the first days of this fucking podcast, you'd have to hunt more for good news like this. But, like, it's just right there. He's open on threads pretty much a couple times a day, happily telling people, just hang in there. You can get a lot closer to the flame more handily than you used to be able to. And I think that plays into how some of these creators are starting to think about their shows. Mm-hmm. They're not worried about old tropes like that.
Mm-hmm. Brodo Bagginses.
Oh God! By the way, sorry. That's a great name.
Yeah,
one of the characters, one of the people credited in this episode was literally just Argus Coke Guy.
That's fun. Just the coked up.
No, it just says Argus Cokehead, played by Jared Hoyden.
Okay.
Came in right above Eagly, D. Bradley Baker.
Oh God.
And Nelson, played by themselves. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. This is one you sent me, and they didn't send it directly to us, but I've included some other like threads and stuff that I just enjoyed or had an answer to.
Just thought people popped off on.
I kind of just went, oh, there's something there that I'd like to talk about or laugh at or something. But Brodo Baggins says it's chill to not dig the finale of Peacemaker. Absolutely. If you don't like it, I get it. I mean, I don't get it at all. And I am worried for you, but no judgment, I guess. Well, some judgment depending on how you dislike it, I guess. Like some of the stuff people are saying, I'm just like, bro.
Yeah.
He says, in what world is my fan theories didn't happen or this major setup wasn't the sort of major setup that I wanted a legitimate complaint against it? The show is about the 11th Street Kids. The season ended with all of the 11th Street Kids having a completed character arc as well as 3 major setups for the future of the DCU. I don't understand that part of the backlash. This show fucking rocks. Y'all just hyped yourself up too much. I agree with this completely. Like, I saw motherfuckers talking about this is where they're going to bring in the DCU Batman. I saw motherfuckers talking about G.I. Robot. And I'm like, yo, he's done said G.I. Robot's not going to be in Peacemaker. People are like,
he did say we'll see him, and he kind of left it implied that you might see the real version if he can work it out. But he'll be around.
He said you will see a live action version of G.I. Robot, but it will not be in Peacemaker.
Okay, there we go.
He specifically said that.
Cool.
So yeah, I mean, dude, I saw people. upset that they didn't finish the Earth X story. I'm like, the Earth X story was not about Earth X. That was fucking. So they're metaphors and allegories. Like, it doesn't always have to be just Earth X. That's what these comic book shows. That's what comic books were in the first place.
Well, yeah, like in this case, you're just grabbing a little piece of X to borrow from its story. You're just grabbing some capital over here to move around. That's it. It's not.
I mean, originally he was going to kill Denham's character.
Yeah, but I mean, this like. You can go into whole stories. Now, granted, like if this was a comic book series and I brought up Earth X, I'm probably expecting to have a 1 or 2 month run on it. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what we're dealing with here. You just grab it for a second. He used and he kind of let us use Earth X because that works fine. He never bothered to really stop and call it that deliberately.
He did, actually.
Where?
On his show, on the podcast. He did say it is Earth X.
Okay. Well, so the interview I read, the way it came across is he says Earth X in the interview, and then the interviewer says, so we're calling it Earth Next now, and he kind of says, sure. Like, he gives it the okay, but it's not like he wasn't going out of his way to make it Earth X, you know?
Right.
It wasn't about that.
It's not. Because they're always, every time you get a new version of the DC universe, or, you know, you're going to get like, oh, it's Earth X, and then like an animated show is going to show you Earth X, and it's going to be different, and then Arrowverse is going to show you Earth X, and it's going to be different. Like,
by the way, I was going to stop for that a second ago. There's a really decent version of the Arrowverse Earth X. Just go watch that. Like, it was a pretty good crossover.
It's all right. Yeah,
it wasn't their best. They did more afterwards. At the time, we thought it was amazing. They did better ones afterwards. At the time, we were really fucking happy with it.
I don't know about that.
Pretty sure
I'm pretty sure we're gonna go back. If we went back and looked at the Earth X review, you're gonna be like, I'm pretty happy with this, and I'd be like, it's all right.
Yeah.
That does feel like us.
That's probably about right. But and bear in mind, like it's a CW show. Like for that, like there were times where it was peak television, and I would defend it against anything across the field. But for the most part, it played in its range.
There are big chunks. There are big chunks of Crisis on Infinite Earths that are God tier.
As good as anything you'll find. Yeah.
As good as anything you'll find, even if it's not like the best thing you've ever seen. And that makes sense on some level. Like when you consider how much they had to work and finagle to get all of these moving parts together in one huge crossover event.
Miracle.
And it literally was.
To do what they did. A fucking miracle.
I mean, you are... yes, you know, like when the fucking Animonitor or whatever at the end blows up and gets really big and everyone's like reacting on the ground, that shit looks like some Power Rangers horse crap, man. It's bad. It looks fucking bad. But you know what? I forgive it because they had fucking Burt Ward at the beginning of this shit.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They had 66 Batman universe in the same show as the 89 Burton verse.
Yeah.
Like, man, sometimes shit just gets a pass.
It should. Like, look, I think I've told you about this too. Just there is an explanation even for that. Most of what people talk about when they say that looks bad, it's the climax. There's a final fight scene and it kind of looks a little shitty sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's because they had to do the second day of shoots were set aside for that was just really shitty weather and they couldn't undo it. Like it was one of those things that just the shoot didn't work out right. It was a miracle to have even had all the people there. They did the best they could with that day, but it was not what he's still mad about it to this day because it was a big fucking blow to work that hard and have the weather work against you.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows too. Like, does that not make it better?
Yeah.
Like in some way.
And look, I mean, again, I'm giving it to him.
Yeah.
Like, you showed me Ollie Queen, you know, fucking die and become the Spectre. You showed me an ending to John Wesley's Ship's Flash, a thing I never thought I would have.
You wouldn't have stopped to even ask for that shit. Yeah.
My God. Like, you gave me callbacks to Birds of Prey, for fuck's sake. Like whatever it was, early 2000s, short-lived, one season fucking WB Gotham City in the Future show.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hell. Okay. Cool. You gave me Brandon Routh as Superman in the room with Tyler Hoechlin as Superman in the room with Brandon Routh as Ray Palmer in the scene.
Oh, and by the way, that first Brandon Routh Superman, it would have turned out was a Kingdom Come version, and like just obscene callbacks there, and none of that includes the whole fucking Smallville situation.
Yeah.
And then, oh, by the way, Ezra shows up somewhere in there. We get the movie Flash.
Yes.
And
shaking hands with Grant Gustin
with the TV
in the space
Flash.
between spaces.
Yeah, fucking incredible. And then none of that even was, one of the bigger delights for me. They show up on Earth 666. I went, no way. Oh,
fucking Lucifer. Yeah. And nothing is as good as the fact that they killed off Kate Bosworth's Lois.
Oh, yeah.
Off screen. We didn't even have to see her.
They even did it tidily.
Anyway, moving on.
Back to the show we were covering.
Back to more feedback here. Drew Keese says, and this just cracked me up. Man, the MCU really fried our ability to enjoy one piece of media at a time.
It's probably accurate, yeah. I told you earlier when we were talking that I think this is probably going to be true, that like we're going to all live in a world now. So anyone listening to this, you'll hear me and him talk about this a lot, is we're going to live in this world where we're going to be constantly fighting some of the habits the MCU got us into.
Maybe.
Like, I think that's just what happens after 25-ish, whatever, I forget what number we're at that, and however many series. There's a lot of time there. We're used to start, like this one. A lot of the reason people were upset about this was because at the end of it, it wasn't a fight scene and a cameo. It didn't set you up with another hero that you'd heard hinted at, or God forbid, maybe even hadn't heard. That would be even more exciting, right? Didn't even know. And then so-and-so shows up and it's another major reveal for a character. Like that's what, that was the payoff. That was the dopamine everyone was looking for. And that's not what TV always is.
It's not. I mean, I thought Checkmate was that. The name Checkmate was enough for me. Like,
it's a huge payoff.
The salvation bit was fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, cool. Like, because I'm not sitting there going like, yay, they're going to do this exactly to the letter. I'm sitting there going like, oh, well, that's a cool thing to throw in. Like that. Yeah, absolutely. Like we're getting right into human beings wanting to trap metahumans someplace far away.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that'll come back to bite them. Ruben the writer over on Thread says, that motel scene with the 11th Street kids was everything. Damn it, James Gunn, I wasn't ready to cry tonight. And freaking Checkmate. What a great season, and what a way to leave Chris. Hopsgeek News says, I truly cannot believe Gunn is about to adapt the Salvation story. I'm guessing Man of Tomorrow is Lex and Superman teaming up to escape that planet in some form, which sign me up. Yes. You know, I hadn't considered that until I read his, and I don't think that's what's going to happen.
I don't because, I mean, try to get him through the door. Either of them, frankly. I don't.
Yeah, well,
It like that would. My only problem, it would work, and that'd be funny. It would be a cool take. I can't figure out how anyone in this universe could possibly get either one of them individually to go through that door.
I think, well, Lex is still in prison. And I did have a stray thought in this episode when Flag was like, Luthor's the smartest man. He is the smartest man in the world. Like, I did have a stray thought that maybe that might be a flag for Flag. If he was just like, wait, would that make him a meta?
Well, yeah. Like, well, and that's a major, like somebody like Happerson, like he has, I like how they refer to him as evil economos. It's great. But he has no scruples. There is no moral victory here. He just wants to get rid of the metas, and he wants to do it because if you get rid of all the people that are actually special, the only ones that'll be left are the people that aren't special, which makes him de facto special. Like they're just trying to get the other powerful players off the board. That's why somebody like Luthor has some, this big envious story arc, right?
Mm-hmm.
At least he said it out loud. Happerson, I don't know if not like we've spent much time going into his motivations here, but he doesn't seem to be all that deep yet.
No. But yeah, I could see Flag getting in too deep with Luthor and deciding, all right, well, it's time to turn it on Luthor.
Yeah, my only problem is physically try to get Superman in there and then try to outsmart Lex and get him near a doorway. If you can do it, great. It's a cool storyline. I'll take it.
Well, what you'd have to do is get Lex's help to find a way to get Superman depowered enough to get him through there, which we saw him do it in this first movie, in Superman. I don't know how he does it without Metamorpho, but they might have some. They might be able to synthesize some kryptonite. God knows, Batman did it in Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
You get Lex to, get Superman in there because there's no way they're not planning on getting Superman in there somehow. And then Flag fucking kicks Lex in the ass and closes the door.
Yeah. Oh, hey, good question though, actually. All right, so question for you: where do you think Maxwell Lord sits with this now? So Luthor's in prison. His take on that was he thinks this is a win. Like he said, it's the only thing the left and the right agree on is Lex Luthor's an asshole or something, right?
Yeah.
So he's high on the hog, right? He's in
Sure.
good shape, and he's got a Justice Gang at his disposal who just picked up a new member, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Gardner's not even a meta.
No, but he's wields one of the most powerful weapons in the galaxy.
So once we have to assume Rick goes down the slippery slope of you're not quite a meta, but you're close enough, because that's how these things go. You're going after the guy holding the ring next, which again, good fucking luck. Like even like James Gunn's version of it, like you can think the constructs are more or less powerful than it's a perception thing. In Gunn's mind, they're one of the most powerful weapons in the universe. Mm-hmm. That's where he personally ranks the Green Lantern rings. Like he 100% thinks that silly ass fucking Nathan Fillion looking motherfucker up there could absolutely take on Superman in this universe and maybe win. Like that was not an empty threat when he said, do something blue.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be hard. It's going to be hard. So where does Maxwell Lord sit when he realizes that the government is now using Luthor's tech to try to make a place to send all the metas? People that he's been, championing, by the way. He's got a mural.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to end up on the other side of this issue in a big way, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, that might be a way we get Lord into Checkmate. He's not got to do a full villain turn like he did in Checkmate when he used OMAC and all that shit.
No. And I think Gunn ruled out that he's going to have some 1980s kind of turn in him on this one. I think
that would have been late 2000s turn.
2000s? Jesus Christ. I have that all wrong.
Yeah, buddy.
In my head, I was seeing a mullet. And I just went backwards. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, he was just kind of morally ambiguous, fucking.
He's just.
In the 80s.
Gunn said he's going to keep the version that's like. He's just he's a bit gray area, but he's just a business guy that's funding this group kind of thing. He's not going to make him fucking shoot Blue Beetle. That's not where we're going.
Right.
This man is not dying at Wonder Woman's hands.
Yep.
I don't know where that'll leave him, though.
I don't know. I am curious. You want one more piece of news? I don't know that you've seen this because you haven't mentioned it to me. Gunn said Deadpool was almost in the finale.
Oh, fuck.
He said, I wanted to open a door and see Deadpool in a room. I talked to Ryan Reynolds about it. I think we would have had to go through some pretty big hoops to do it. Ryan wanted to do it.
I'm sure he did.
He says, and that's all anyone's going to talk about now is Deadpool. I should have never said it.
No, the news will pass about an interview. That'll be fine. I'm glad it didn't work out because if that had been in there,
yeah, it would have been very distracting.
Never heard the end of it.
It would have been distracting.
If you put that in there, there is no amount of in-canon destroying that door that you can do. Like, think of how many times Gunn had him say over and over again in Superman, I promise, the message is not jacked with. This is real. This is really the message, I promise. Viewers, by the way, this is for you. Look me right in the camera and while I'm staring at you and hear me when I say this. This is a real message. Look at the message boards. I don't know. I think the message might be fake. God damn it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know that it would be a smart move, man.
You know what? I would have augmented it a bit. I actually would have tried to get it in there. But I would love for it to be like they open the door and it's like fucking full on like Deadpool sitting there with Deathstroke from Snyderverse.
With Benji, whatever.
And Deadpool's just like, I don't know who the fuck you are, but you don't want no part of this.
Yeah.
So, Wade Wilson, Slade Wilson, Deadpool, Deathstroke, they're the same character, but
just have them about to square off. They're clearly in the middle of a battle. One of them's clearly maybe about to die, and he just says, "You don't want to be in this." You shut the door. We never hear another fucking word about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that would have been, that would have been all we saw today. I think is if he had shown up, it would have been because every single project past that would just be, is today going to be the day that the MCU crosses over to the new Gunverse?
Yeah.
No,
it's crazy, but man,
I would have enjoyed the absolute shit out of that. I think I would have regretted the consequences though.
Yeah, definitely. But the fact that he said it means that it got close.
He talked to Ryan Reynolds.
It's easier than they're acting like it is.
To actually do, I don't think that's difficult at all. I don't even think Ryan Reynolds keeps that costume at his house. That's not. I'm pretty sure I heard him say that outright. I don't think I'm speculating here. He keeps the costume with him. He can just throw a green screen up at his house and do shit.
Yeah.
And I think he would do more. Like if he owned the contract to Deadpool, holy shit. If he owned that IP, Deadpool would be fucking everywhere.
He'd be selling gin.
He'd be selling mint. He'd be great commercials too, probably. But he would be in other universes. Dude, he would be doing fucking revivals of the Golden Girls just so he could pop in an episode of it. Like, it would be all over the place, man.
Yeah. Yeah. He's just, showing up with the B. Arthur wig.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we have.
See, I got distracted. I talked about how distracting it would be, and then I did it. You see?
Yeah, but you found such joy in it.
I did enjoy it, though. You're right.
Thank you guys so much for listening to DC on Screen and following along with us as we talk about Peacemaker. And I enjoyed the hell out of the season.
Absolutely.
I got really no notes. Not really. Like, maybe some pacing issues here and there. But you know what? Gunn says this is the thing he's most proud of, and I get it. And I think he should take that to heart because, as he has said before, there is nothing more important than story and nothing more important than those characters. Sorry you don't get your big cameo. I'm sorry you didn't get your big bloodbath at the end, or I don't know. Like, I literally saw some people being like, I mean, what am I supposed to... Oh, God, we got to find that. I got to find that real quick. No. I forgot to bring that up. Let's see. I mean, I'm going right to the horse with this one.
It's beautiful.
Because Gunn
had a little after the credits feedback that we're going to throw in here.
Yeah, dude. Wonderful. This is directly from Jimmy Gunn. This person says, James Gunn, can you please clarify how is that finale going to set up Man of Tomorrow? Like, I am genuinely very confused about this. And Gunn said, where Chris is at the end, what is happening between the government and the metahumans, Rick and Lex's new partnership, and all of their decisions to do what they did is all a part of the future. Man of Tomorrow and more.
Right.
And that's something I saw a lot of people saying, like, I don't understand how this sets up Man of Tomorrow.
I'm curious, though.
Really?
Can you list the things he put on those commas again real quick?
Where Chris is at the end, which is salvation.
Right.
What is happening between the government and the metahumans, which the government is trying to get rid of the metahumans.
Okay.
Rick and Lex's new partnership.
Okay.
And all of their decisions to do what they did is all a part of the future, Man of Tomorrow, and more.
Okay. So that'll be... So the fourth one will be... Like, the other pretty good. The fourth one, that'll be fun, too. I didn't think about this, but, like, Rick is now responsible for some dropped bodies, just in the pursuit of revenge here. His ledger isn't clean anymore.
Oh, no.
And we did that on camera, so now there will have to be something. So, yeah, like, the math has to come back at him at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's going to be a little bit of a... And Rick was really... All this was about dropping one body. His son is a very important body to him, but it was about dropping one body, ultimately. And he's made a few very sad parents in his time now. Yeah, I think that's going to be fun. But I like that he specifically mentions the consequences part, like how that's going to show up. The rest of it I kind of knew, like Lex taking over effectively from prison, basically.
Yeah.
That's clearly important.
Clearly a big deal.
He's a wily fucker.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I thought it set up things so well. And if they do new gods. I mean, the fucking chapter's called Gods and Monsters. The screeches I heard in the Salvation sounded like monsters to me.
Yeah, that something wicked this way out there. But
made me think of the smoke monster from Lost.
Yeah.
I've just been reading some Frank Cho stuff, so like the first thing off my head was really Savage Land and Shauna the She-Devil, you know? That's Marvel shit.
Of course.
But yeah, Smoke Monster I thought of. Sorry, I didn't think of Dinosaur Island.
Went straight to that damn dot. Fog monster lives rent free, man. I'm telling you.
The fog monster?
Smoke monster, whatever the fuck that thing is.
Dude, that thing was crazy. I mean, it was smoke, but it sounded like machinery. It was like click, 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 click. Like, ugh. Ugh.
That's fun sound design, because that either makes it super interesting or you wonder if your fucking TV's broken. Like you're not.
Yeah, they specifically looped in a bunch of different things. They did a lot of fun sound design stuff with the Smoke Monster, so that you couldn't like. You're like, I don't know. It sounds like a fucking damned soul, and all of at the same time, it sounds like some kind of machinery whirring and clanking. I don't know what it is.
That is pretty good.
Gotta say, we still kind of don't know.
I do love, like, I wonder to some extent, because I mean, you've mixed enough stuff to at least know what it sounds like to make some tracks, but like, sometimes you hear this stuff from a sound designer, and they'll be like, yeah, I put these 14 sounds into this one moment in this movie. Like the one I always remember is like in The Matrix when the fucking when the pod shucks open and he, you know, naked Keanu pops out and pulls the stuff out of it's when he pops out of the goo for the first time. Mm-hmm. Like that little when the toilet opens, when the fucking pod toilet thing, when it sucks him down. It's like there's like a pig and a lion's roar and blah blah blah. Like it's fascinating to hear. It was like the first time I'd heard, oh my God, they put like all these crazy things in. Sometimes you hear that though, and you'll see a documentary or whatever, and you're like, oh, brilliant, look at all these things I can hear. And sometimes you hear that and you're like, no one can hear that. What are you fucking talking about? Mm-hmm. No one can hear the 15th layer of the thing that you put in there. You were out of your mind.
Yeah. I mean, you know, the line between madness and genius is so thin.
Yeah. And often has a
fucking strand of gossamer, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking...
It's rough.
Hey man, I got nothing, man. I'm not. Yeah, I like stuff like from like Star Trek or something where it's like when you hear them come through the door, it's like she walk, and they're like, you know, that was just like a shoe, like a rubber shoe, like on a floor, real quick.
Right,
like,
yeah.
You're like, oh, cool, you know. Like, yeah, we put some glitter in a fucking thing of water and made the transporter effect. Like, oh, okay, cool.
That has to be that has to be some kind of trope in sound designer land. Like if you're in that world more, where like, yeah, you have old Foley artists who are like, I have a deck of cards and 4 sticks of celery and a pile of sand and 2 wooden blocks. We can do 17 movies with this shit. What do you need it to happen?
Yeah,
I got you covered. And then like one digital designer with the entire world at his fingertips is like, we need 700 lynxes to all roar at the same time.
Yeah.
To make the opening of this car door. You know, why? Stop it.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate both sides of it, but I do appreciate like the, you know, very involved sound design. But I think my favorite stuff is just like interesting sounding stuff that turns out to be very mundane things from like old TV and movies.
Well, the celery thing in particular, if you've never done that, and I encourage anyone that hears this to do so, next time you hear a bone crunch in anything you're watching with somebody, just explain that was really celery. 1, you hear it instantly. Instantly, you're like, yeah, that was just celery, wasn't it? And 2, they'll never unhear that. Uh-huh. You can't undo that. Once you know that's celery, it's over.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that'll ruin someone's day. I don't know. That could be more of a bludgeon. Use that discretion.
All right. Again, thank you guys for listening, and we love you, and we'll be back probably next week. It's gonna have to be next week with news. We haven't done news in a long time.
We haven't.
I don't know if there has been news. I haven't been looking, man.
No, I think it's all been happening kind of in the Peacemaker verse for a minute. So
Yeah. So, suck a dick.
mm-hmm.
I mean, keep some DC on your screen.
That too. Bye.